Boom. Welcome to the stream, guys. I did this once already, and I didn't have everything figured out, so here we are again. But this time, with it figured out. Hope y'all are well. I'm wanting to check to see if I'm up. 1 second. I'm up. I'm live. All right, let's just roll with it because if it's not working, then at least I'm still getting something done. So, what you see is Premiere Pro. It's what I edit in. I went to Derby City yesterday, and it was quite a treat. It was quite a treat. How do I actually see Premiere? Okay, here we go. Import media. Let's get these video files up in here. Up in here, I say. Now, I don't have long. I got to go pick up my kids from school, but I like to try things, and, I don't like to edit alone, even though I always edit alone. This is probably going to go so slow since it's live streaming at the same time. I need a different live stream computer. And I actually do have a PC that I don't use. Maybe I'll figure out how to do both. Use the PC for streaming, and then edit. Anyway, I don't edit and live stream at the same time. Anyway, Derby City. So I got there. I left the house late. Yeah, this is taking long. It usually doesn't take this long to import. I left the house a lot later than normal. I've just been tired lately. And I went to the doctor today. I've got to go do some blood work today as well. So I left late yesterday, and I got to Louisville, outside of Louisville. Well, that's Elizabethtown, at around 1:30 p.m. 1 o'clock, 1:30, and parked. And man, it was like nobody there. It seemed like nobody there. The parking deck was like huge. You go in, it's like nobody coming in, nobody coming out. It's a casino, so you're thinking Vegas, but it's Indiana. So, but you finally go in, and towards the door on the second level, there were cars. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is the right place. And let's see. So I kind of vlogged my way out of the house. Right here. I'm on Central, and I think I need to leave. Talking and carrying on. I don't even know if you can hear the audio that's on here. How do I see this even? This is so. This is just so strange. Doing this on one computer. Probably need to. At any rate, I pull up to the driveway or in the parking deck. Hold on. Leave around 5 p.m. their time. That way I'm back home in the 7 o'clock hour and my wife gets happy. So yeah, I was just talking about how I needed to leave Derby around 5. It's a 3.5 hour drive home. It's Eastern time. I'm on Central. So that would get me home in the 7 o'clock hour. But what ended up happening, spoiler alert, is I left at like 8 because it was just getting good. And I was having a time of my life with Dr. Q. You guys know I have a video with him, and so he'd never seen the video. I played it for him, or a piece of it, and he was all giddy, man. What a great guy. Like, I'm going to partner with them in some kind of way. They've got this thing called Pool Church. You guys know I'm a church guy. And they combine church with pool. And they go into They go into prisons and all that. You know, they have a portable pool table they take to the prison and, you know, teach trick shots and, you know, preach the gospel to them. All of that. It's just really, really cool. So I hung out with them quite a bit. Sorry, eyes are burning. And it's this bright light. Anyway, what am I gonna do when I'm editing? You guys can even see that I closed that out. So yeah, just vlogged some. Gas was 224. Got some B-roll. So what I usually do when I set things up, right? We'll talk about the actual edit aspect, and I can try to talk about Derby a little bit too. So I want to create a bin for all of my footage. You have to get organized first. Footage. Now, I'll highlight everything in here. Drag it over. So all my footage is in that folder. What I'll do also is organize the footage within the footage, you know. So I'll go through and pull out. What I usually do first is pull out like B-roll clips, because what this is a vlog, and it's, let me go to some Derby footage. It's I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Shane right there, guys. That's the South Dakota Kid. Was I in focus? Oh, I think I was figuring it out. I think that lens initially, it was in manual focus. There's a switch on the lens. So I'm like looking at the actual camera, trying to figure out why isn't this focusing? Because you can touch on the back of the screen, of the camera screen, and it'll put in focus what your finger touches. So I finally figured it out, and I think I'm not on that clip. Okay, and that clip. So Shane Van Boning playing one pocket against, I can't remember the guy. I don't think I knew him anyway. But, you know, you shoot in short clips. You're just trying to get some B-roll. And my concern, so on the way up, I was kind of scrolling Facebook, Instagram, YouTube a little bit. And some pool forum was like, you know, they're cracking down on all the streamers at Derby. You know, this sucks. And so I was thinking, dang, I might not be able to get in here with my camera. And coming back up here to check. I'll need to see if, okay, 3 watching now. I was trying to see if anybody was in here. It makes a difference when you know that somebody's watching. All right. So I was now concerned that they weren't going to let me in the event with my camera. So, but they did. They didn't care, man. Like, I bought a ticket to the event, and they didn't even check for the tickets. You can just walk in. I paid money for nothing. You can just walk in. I can't remember how much it was. I think it's like $15 for a day pass. So it's not a lot. I don't know why I've got the speakers on. Maybe, hopefully there wasn't any feedback there. But anyway, so I made it in with my camera, but however, I didn't want to just be like filming matches, you know. So that was another reason why I didn't linger pointing the camera at tables. This is Eric Roberts right here, young guy, young kid. So I would film just like one shot and put the camera down. That's the scoreboard. That's digital pool and control there. It's a big wide shot here. So this was upstairs. So yeah, usually I go through all of my footage and I find all of those like B-roll type clips, not narrative type clips where I'm talking like this. Walking in, you guys already know I'm not sure if this freezing. Acceptable. Look at the smoke coming out of my mouth. Because the quality is just unmatched. So all those gaps and stuff, I don't use all that. And we're gonna see what's going on. Crazy. Walking in, level 2. I know I don't need this camera out on the casino floor. I've been through that before in Vegas, so I will turn the camera on when I get into the derby area. All right. Here's how the entrance looks. I'll walk in, or at least show the door opening, and then I close the door. I made it through, and then I kind of snuck some shots walking through the casino. Crazy. Anyway, the main event was like all the way across the floor, so I had to walk through the whole casino to get to the other side. From the parking lot to the main event space was like all casino. I'll go in and I'll clip those B-roll shots. And sometimes I'll do that, or I will start creating the video, you know. This is me coming out of my driveway, setting up the camera, walking back to the car, pulling out, closing the door, and grabbing the camera. Letting you guys in on all my secrets. I'll check my text as well. I guess can you guys see that when I check my text? What do you see? I don't know. Let me see if I pull this up. Does that come up? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, it's only showing Premiere. Perfect. You don't have to read all this nonsense. Anyway, what time is it? 2 o'clock. My goodness, man. I don't have long. I was really just trying something. Something new, something different. But again, I'll make another bin for B-roll. Usually goes to the top. B-roll. And then I will... Oh, I need to make a sequence as well. So let's close this footage folder out. Create a new folder, sequences. Open that, create a sequence, new item sequence. Right here, 4K. I'll name it Derby Vlog V1 version 1. You never know. I might scratch it and do another version. Happens a lot, and I know my face is covering where the actual clips go. Well, right behind the box where my face is. I mean, I can kind of make it smaller. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Maybe you can. I think you can. This is where the clips go. And this is where you build your edit. Some of you may have video editing experience. I don't know. I'll go back to the footage. Some people just put all the footage out here and then start chopping it up. But I like to go through each clip and just kind of select what I want. I can create in and out points of what I want. This is my wife working out. I like to use her as part of the story. She would kill me to know that she is live right now. So this was a whole bit as well. It's telling her bye. Also doing it this way. Let's see. To cut those two together, those two clips together. Um, yeah. Yeah, so anyway. More B-roll stuff. B-roll looking out the casino window. That would potentially be a shot. Maybe that. The barge was going by. Little stuff like that. But yeah, typically I work top to bottom. Because I'm not sure of the story. Yeah, or at least I want to see the skeleton of the story. And you can always throw B-roll clips in after you have like the base story foundation already laid out. You know, it's me walking around talking, doing all that. So the opening shot, and sometimes I even, man, this is shaky. In, out. Sometimes I'll even, and then you see, I'll drag it over here. Keep existing settings. Oh, why is it doing that? Is this a slow-mo clip? What was I going to say? Sometimes I'll find music first. Yeah, there was slow-mo. Okay. Why is it doing that? Sometimes I'll find my music first and lay the music out there, you know, and catch a vibe. And where I go for that is music bed or art list. So these are, I don't know if you can see it. Let me sign in real quick. Pull up OBS, and now Safari. Hold on. Application. Safari. Boom. So, is that covering the entire screen? Kind of is, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, I'll go here and start. That's probably really loud. Yeah, there we go. All right. What is this? I don't think I need that. Yeah. I think I was doubling up. I think my mic on my laptop was also on. So anyway, I'll go through here. Go through songs. It's a whole thing, you know. Some of this stuff I've already downloaded. You know, scroll through the song if there's a point. Sometimes you don't use the whole song, so you go and try to find like a piece of it. But it's got to match the vibe of what you're, you know. I'm leaving at 3 and can get the boys. Perfect. That's actually perfect. Some comms to my spouse. So anyway, I like that actually. So sometimes I can, you can favorite, you know, the songs. I usually just go ahead and download it. Just because I feel like that would be a great song for my time with Dr. Q, because we were talking, you know, kind of some spiritual stuff and all that. So that fits. You know, download that WAV file here. Music. Save it there. All right. So yeah, that's what I'll do for music. That's so weird how to minimize this stuff now. Anyway. Back to the edit. What is that black bar you guys see? What is that? That's so strange. I guess I have to just turn it on when I need it. I've got to figure out OBS and how to be quick on my feet with all this live stream stuff. Okay, so she's going to pick up the boys. That's so kind of her. I really like that. I really appreciate that. So this is a slow motion clip. I need to slow it down. I also need to stabilize it because that was super shaky. No. I've got to nest it first. So all this shaky footage you can fix. You see that? That's crazy, right? Let me undo that, and here's the shot. See how it's moving? Let me make it bigger. And then with stabilization on, super smooth. Super smooth. All right, so do I want that slow though? Kind of looks weird. I know one thing is too long. So that clip, and then I like this little push in from the orange. So in, out, drag it over like that. So it'll go from there to there. This also is probably slow, so let's slow it down. Yep. Usually I label this stuff as slow-mo. Let me do that real quick. Frame rate. All the slow-mo. Let's color it. Oops. I usually do like a green. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it comes up right here, but it's not showing me the color. Anyway, that needs to be stabilized. Let's nest that. And then drag warp over. So all that for 2 clips. Boom. Boom. This is the opener. I know. See, and the thing that you, oh, here's another good one. I like going through the wall, coming in like that. That's nice. Maybe use that slow song right here, you know. Okay, yeah, it did turn green when I moved it over. So now I know it's a slow motion clip. Slow that down, as you can see. Also, welcome to my house. Drag. Oh, gosh. Keep forgetting. Gotta nest it. A little shortcut. Nest it. Stabilize it. You gotta make it smooth. So now it plays nice and smooth. Sometimes the stabilizer doesn't work all that well. Save it. So here's my intro sequence. Possibly. Why we have the clock on the floor, I don't know. We're about to paint in there, so a lot of things are on the floor. So I like that. And then I have this, me walking up to her. In, out to the kiss area. Let's put it over here. Okay, so this is not slow-mo because this is a narrative moment. So I'm going to maybe cut here and then. So while I'm filming, I'm already thinking about this sequence, you know. So I don't know how it's going to cut. Oh, it didn't cut right because she was doing something else. Okay, maybe I'll start it at the kiss. I know this is weird to see. Sorry. It is what it is. So cut it at the kiss. And it may not work. See, it doesn't. Sometimes things just don't work, you know. Go down to the. It's right there. Cut into it. Maybe. And maybe I'll start it here. Or start it here. Okay. Cheesy. But all a part of video. What did I say? Oh, she said something. I'll cut it there. I'll cut it there. I think she said, she said, is this one for real? Or something like that. Or was the other one for fake? Something she said. Okay, I see a few chats. Yo, hello. Okay. Hey, y'all. I can't do this and see the chats because I don't have another screen. Usually streamers have like multiple screens where they can see who's in the chat and, you know, who's watching and all that. I don't have that right now. That's good for now. All right. What else was in this clip? What did I say there? I can't hear myself. Oh. Camera magic. Right there. Okay. There you go. We broke the fourth wall and let you guys in on the camera magic. Now let's get out. After I said that, cut it there. Save. I started putting stuff in the car. And we're probably talking. Who knows what we're talking about? Probably not all that useful. That's all that was not in focus, so I may start it there. She says something. See, it's all these little decisions that you make. Is that worth it? Maybe. Maybe from here to here. Okay. And then to here. I have to be in the car already. Do it right before I take off. Maybe right here. Drive off. Door closes. Might be too long. We'll see. Could always speed that stuff up too. So let me turn that volume up on Camera Magic. I can still crank it a little bit more. Too much delay. Start it right there. Why was I whispering? I don't know. All right, anyway. Now you have music on this because it's all weird without music, right? Pulling off. Maybe I'll put some text here, off to Derby or something. And from here on, I can probably speed it up. So let's do that. Golly, I feel like I haven't edited in a while. I don't even know where things are. Good night alive, Mike. So from here, we'll speed it up. Like way up, 500%. Maybe. May not even be necessary. All these things will be determined. Let's see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my goodness. When I watch the whole thing back, you know. I want it to, when I get here, it can, yeah, you can, it's more exaggerated. It's more intentional to speed it up there. So you see the car speed off. Boom. A little bit more. Dang. A little more so it actually closes. There you go. All right. And then I drove out the house. I like these shots. Just gives context to what's going on. It's a little clip there. This audio can be deleted. Like all of this, in the end, all of this is going to be cut to where nothing is like holding too long. Like even the intro shots with her stretching or whatever, a lot of that might cut to the beat of the music or the vibe of the music. So this is all skeleton. You don't want to start perfecting right here, even though it looks like I am. I think yeah. Yeah. A little bit more narration. All right, I can't ignore these texts. Sorry. $230.
Beautiful out here.
So again, music. I'm just editing the story.
It's about a 3.5-hour drive. I'll get there about 1 p.m. Happy life, happy wife. Anyway, Music City opening.
All right. Man, are you guys chatting? I don't even know. I'm sorry. This is one of those types of. No, you're not. It's one of those types of streams where I do need another monitor so I can monitor the chat. If you're in here, say what's up. It says 2 watching now, but I know it's me plus maybe one other person. Would love to know who you are. And if this is interesting at all. Honestly, I don't care. It's just content. Could be interesting to somebody. You hear that little pop in the speaker? Maybe. I don't know if you do or not. But you just cross fade it right there. Takes care of that.
Good night, though. Bye-bye, Nashville. I'll be back tonight, though.
You know, you make all these decisions, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that'll go in. I'll put it in for now.
Bye-bye, Nashville.
Because
I'll be back tonight.
you just don't know. And I was back tonight.
Bye-bye, Nashville. I'll be back tonight, though.
So this talking bit, it's actually pretty embarrassing because if I mess up, I'll say the same thing over again, or I'll, you know, I'm not going to do that live. I ain't doing that. You ain't going to go through my talking points live. No, I'll put this, I'll put this whole clip. I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. I'll put this whole clip in here and come back and chop it up like crazy because I know I repeated something a few times. And sometimes I might get frustrated and say something that I don't want to be on live. All right, so that's that. I stopped at Buc-ee's. Look at all those kids in the background. It was a bus that came. Boosie's. See how I repeat stuff? Need the gas up. That's fine. I'll take the second one. Need the gas up. I talked about the price. $224 ain't bad. Yeah, it ain't bad. Then I started changing the angle a little bit. This is just B-roll, you know. Blow out the smoke. Show the temperature. You want the viewer to feel what you feel. Okay, my wife is watching the live. um. What is the date? This is the 1st on Sunday. Got some other stuff dropping in. Clouding your mind while you're trying to do some work. It's crazy. All right, other angles. I think I did. Okay, that was the only angle. That's all fine. I wanted to also show the snow. So, again, this stuff can get cut out later. This is me just out the window of my car. That may also go before I actually arrive at Boosie's. So that could be kind of an establishing shot. Transition me into the at the gas pump. So when I'm talking about, I'll be back to Nashville. Then it goes to this. And it goes to that. 224 ain't bad. So cut here, blow it out. That's long enough. Go into the snow. I don't like that shot. So you just kill it. If you don't like it, kill it. So it's back on the road. I like that. Going under the bridge. It's more transitional moments. Right now it's almost 3 minutes into the video, but I do have this giant clip right here that is 2 minutes long. So I think we're still under a minute actually without this talking clip in the car. So maybe use 30 seconds of that and we're probably at a minute 30, right? This was kind of a cool. There's a train in the middle of the frame there. I didn't know how that would turn out. Actually, I had the wrong lens on for it. I needed a zoom lens. Community aspect would be a hit. Okay. Yeah. All right. So transition from under the bridge to into the parking deck.
What I just showed you, it's mostly just this section right here.
It's kind of shaky. Boom. Don't need a lot. Don't need a lot of it. Maybe right in here to here. Yeah. Or I go and find that casino shot from the window, and that's my establishing shot. Actually, I probably should do that. Again, all of this is rough draft. That's later in the day. There it is. So I don't want to show the window. Reframe. Right there. 2, 3 seconds. So let's put that before the tunnel or the garage, I mean. Show the casino. Boom. We've arrived in the garage. Boom, bada boom. Save. 240. I need to go. I actually need to go, and I need to answer some texts. I got another little project I think I need to do before Sunday. I am going to do this today, though. I got to go do some blood work. Wife is getting the boys. I'll come back and finish this. You guys need to see this today while the Derby is still going on. Otherwise, I don't know when you would see it. You already know how I work. Because I got other work popping in already, man. Oh, it just never stops. It never stops. There we go. Marks. 41 man's video editing. Used to do gig logs for my other DJ channel. So time consuming when you do everything solo. Bro, I don't know if you're still in here. Wait, do I know you? I don't know. Gregory. Yeah, okay. I just clicked on your name. Sorry. You are right, man. It is time consuming. It is time consuming. I don't know if you're still here when you left that comment, though. Because actually my stream, it's like so delayed when I look at it on YouTube. You guys can see me moving that. So anyway, that's the story of me arriving to the casino. And then, I walk in and I go through all of that. It's pretty, what's the word? The C word. Consecutive? Not consecutive. When you edit like top to bottom. Not consistent. I can't think. At any rate, it's pretty straightforward. And then I'll splice in the B-roll in certain pockets. Because, again, you want, in between the story parts, you want to transition to one part of the story to the next. And that's where you use B-roll, the wide angle of all the tables, different, pros shooting shots, whatever have you. So I'll get this done tonight, but I just wanted to try to stream it, see if there was any interest there, if I should do more. It's really hard, man. Like I said, when I talk on camera, I'm saying things over and over, and I pick the best one or the one that I like, the version of the sentence that I like. Sometimes it's really nitpicky where I cut off at a word, and then I'll use the second half of the next take. I come from a music background where, vocal producing, the singer doesn't just sing one time. They sing like 8 times, and then you piece the very best pieces of that vocal into one take, into one track. So it's kind of the same thing with video editing for me, especially on Talking Head stuff. All right, I need to close the stream, and I need to get out of here. Take care of some things, come back, knock this out, and get it up. For those of you who tuned in, and even those of you who watched it afterwards, because I guess I'll leave it up. Thanks for watching. And, my experience at Derby for a day, for how many hours? 7 hours. 6, 7 hours. 6, 7. Well, it's pretty dope. My anniversary is tomorrow, but I could potentially go back on Saturday. That was the plan. I bought a ticket for Saturday. Even though they're not checking tickets, I could go back Saturday and get this video out. Have my camera there just in case there's something that I need to capture, but not do like a whole nother vlog. I'm not doing that whole thing again. So I may go back Saturday and get some particulars, but really just enjoy it. The one part about being, a content creator in the pool space and being a pool player is that you're juggling like the mindset of a director, cinematographer, like what's the best angles, where's the best light, what's the best shot, what's the story, but also you're watching these guys and you're taking in a lot of the you're being inspired by their playing. So it was really hard. I might go back just to enjoy it. And maybe I'll take my wife and we just hang out. Our anniversary, like I say, is tomorrow. It's Friday. Maybe we take a quick trip to Caesars. They do have a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in there. We could have dinner or lunch at the Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse. So that's it, guys. Look for this video later tonight. I'm not going to be as picky as I was on live stream putting this together. I'm probably going to run through it. I'm much faster than what you just saw. Get it up, get it out, and that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Need to get some match commentary videos out too soon. I've got plenty of that. I got my first BCA match that I filmed. Shot really well too. So I need to get that out. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Today's Thursday. Yeah, the next video will be soon. Very soon.